Get ready.
Hey there, Marvel heroes, and welcome back to yet another Loki series review. So, just going to go through my thoughts of it. I'm going to try and go through as much spoiler-free stuff first, and then we're going to kick off with some spoilery things. I will give warning though, plenty of warning for you, so let's just go and enjoy it. This is live, so pop down any questions or any theories you have in the chat, but please do put a spoiler warning if you are going to talk about specifics of the episode. So let's just flip on over to here, and so do apologize, you will hear some fan noise and maybe some grass cutters or something like that, because it's very hot today and I have the window open and the fan on, otherwise I'll be a sweaty mess. But yeah, episode 2 of Loki, which is called The Variant. I still love that term. It's a great term for the criminals, if you will, of the Secrets timeline. I thought with this episode, I think last week I said I couldn't really picture the music. I couldn't pick out the music of last one during the episode. So I loved the theme song, but I couldn't really pick out any of the music in the episode. I think it was because I was so into the story. But this one I did pick up on the background music, and to me it's kind of like a spooky, like a Goosebumps type thing, without being kiddish, if you know what I mean. So it's spooky, but not like alien spooky. So it's difficult to explain really, but it's really cool. It's like it's like like Goosebumps. So if you took one division and made that spooky, kind of like that. So yeah, I thought that was great. I absolutely did enjoy listening to the soundtrack on there. It's, like I said, Falcon and Winter Soldier, I thought that the backing tracks were very typical Marvel Cinematic Universe. The whole thing of Falcon and Winter Soldier is kind of like a long film, where WandaVision and so far with Loki, it feels like it's a series. It's not warranted that it'll need to be a film. It's like, I think Falcon and Winter Soldier could have just been a 2.5 hour film, really. I know it's longer than that. It's like 6 hours or almost 6 hours with the different episodes, but it just feels like a long film. With this one, it's like, it does feel like a series, but not like a typical television series, which is awesome too. I just got to pick out Tom Hiddleston. Great acting. It's just, yeah, he's just one of the awesome actors, really. But I just wanted to comment about Owen Wilson. Last week I said that Owen Wilson's character is very Owen Wilson-y, but slightly different. And it's the same in this. It's like he'll play Owen Wilson, and he's like like that, but then he'll come up with some really serious points. So I think they've written the character, and then they brought Owen Wilson in, and then just went, just do you. Just do Owen Wilson. Just to make that Morbius character more than 2D, really. Because otherwise he would just be this flat person. But I thought his character in this develops a bit more, because he is very... he's cleverer, I think, in this. Where he... I'm not going to talk into that now, but he's figuring certain things out, and you can see why he's chosen to bring Loki onto this, because in the end of the day he thinks he can handle him and things like that. But we're going to get into that more into the spoiler territory in a moment. I don't think there is any more on the spoiler free at the moment, apart from forgot to mention last week that we are running a Marvel Cinematic Universe and Television Universe poll. That's it. I forgot what the word was then. Like we did with the Star Wars one and with Star, when we asked you what your favourites were and things like that. This month is all about Marvel Cinematic Universe. So pop along. The link will be in the description below. So just click on that, and it's just a few questions, some some multiple choice questions, and then I let you choose who your favorite hero is, or your favorite side character is. And what we'll do then is I'll take a look at all the results and we collate them, and then it'll probably be a video every day then, every Wednesday in July after Loki has finished. So we're going to keep on with the Wednesday reviews for Loki. At the moment, work is all okay that I can keep doing these at the moment. So yeah, fantastic. I think that is enough time now, so we're going to pop the spoiler alert on. So just make sure you check out our Patreon as well for some pretty cool podcasts and early access to videos, and some special access to some other live streams as well in future. So yes, I'm just going to pop Patreon off, and we are going to go into now the spoiler territory. Look at that, I got it right this time, right hand. So we kick off, and the episode kicks off with another team investigating another Nexus event, which is a splitting off the sacred timeline, and there's this team with a really young but apparently really good commander in charge of the unit, and same thing happens again. They get ambushed, but this time this commander gets taken. And I just love the fact that it was a 1985 Renaissance fair. That was pretty cool. So 1985, when I was born, so it's like, okay, but it didn't really feel like 1985 because it was a Renaissance fair. And I love the comments going, "You're wearing the wrong costumes," talking to the TVA agents that were arrived. And I Need a Hero kicks in there. Fun fact, I did appear in a pantomime once, dancing to I Need a Hero wearing a Spider-Man costume. I literally come on, done a bit of Spider-Man moves, sprayed silly string into the wings and jumped off. Yeah, the things you do for theatre. But yeah, so a question I had right at the start of the episode is, why is Loki still hooded? Because last week we were told that they were hunting Loki, so we know who Loki is. So to me, I was thinking, is it actually Loki, or is it Loki's son, or like a variant son, or is it somebody completely different who's pretending to be Loki? So that was in my mind throughout the entire episode, really. And I'll come on to the reveal towards the end of this review. And I love the fact that Loki is there in his shirt and tie, kind of like Mobius. So he's like, "Is he an agent?" And then he goes, "Yeah, put this on as this jacket." And he's like, "Yeah." And it's got variant written on the back. So that was a nice touch, making him feel like he's part of the TVA, but he's not. He's still a variant, which was a very nice touch on that one. And when they're about to go on this mission as well, it was interesting to find out that there was multiple Lokis that they've put down, and the different characters. There's one that's like massive, beefy Loki and things, and Loki goes off and because he says about the illusion magic, and he schools them on the different type of magics that he has. And talking about magics, he used telekinesis in this. I didn't know he had telekinesis. I thought he just had illusion magic, really. Or displacement magic, whatever you called it. So yeah, that was quite interesting. So yeah, when they went to investigate this ambush and stuff, you can clearly see that Loki was just stalling to see what would happen if this tangent hit the red line, but they could see through that, or Mobius could see through that and go, "He's stalling, come on, there's nobody out there, let's go." Which I thought that shows Mobius playing Loki. So Loki was thinking he was playing Mobius, but actually he was trying to figure Mobius out and see what he would do, which is quite interesting, really. But the higher up said it was a fail, even though I think Mobius knew what he was doing, really. I got a note here that the scenes look awesome. Yeah, so when you're going through the different time variance authority areas, it's just, I don't know, it's just really cool. It's like that, yeah, last week you had that big landscape image of it, like this massive city underground in an asteroid. Who knows where they actually are, because there's no sky or anything like that. But it's just like, it's great because you have these massive elevators this time, with the timekeepers standing there, and I just like the whole imagery and stuff on it. And last week, if you notice, when Loki comes through first of all, into after he's been saved by Mobius, and on the background you got these like arches and stuff. You can see some hidden Mickeys in those because of the way that these arcs are on the wall. Just a point. I should have made that last week, but I kind of rushed it last week. So yeah, Mobius knows what Loki's plan is. He wants to meet with the time keepers and then overthrow them and rule the TVA. So he knows that, and I think Loki was a bit shocked that Mobius figured that out. And I'm glad that Mobius did say it, because usually it's like, it's an obvious plan that the good guys should be able to see, but he so it's good that he said it this time, so we know, right, okay, so they're not going to fall for that. But other things happen. What else we got? So when Loki's going through all the files, and he gets given the destruction of Asgard, and I love this. So like last week he was upset for the death of his mother and his own death as well, but this time it's the destruction of his people, and you can see the tears in his eyes, and they're focusing on the number of dead and stuff like that, because even though he's not of Asgard, he was brought up in Asgard, and he still thinks he is, he classes himself as Asgardian, so it is his people. So it's quite, because this Loki would not have known about the destruction of Asgard, of Ragnarok, but then he gets angry at the fact that it says 0 variants, so he knows it's like the timekeepers didn't care about Asgard perishing and stuff. So I think this is where he wants to really now destroy the timekeepers, because obviously they just let his people die and his home get destroyed. So yeah, I like the bit when he says, I've never stabbed anyone in the back, and Mobius, I was going to call him Owen Wilson again, Mobius's character is like, you do it all the time. And he's like, you've done it at least 50 times. It's like, I won't do it again. It's like the humour of that is brilliant, I think. It's like, it's just so subtle bits of humour in it, and it's not like over the top humour, where some television shows tend to go. So I love the humour. To be honest, the humour in all 3 Marvel TV series now is on point. I think it's not too much and it's not too little. It's just right. It's in the Goldilocks zone. There. When they went back, so with the whole test of will the variants kick off if it's an apocalyptic event, to find out where this other Loki is, Loki 2, as I'll call that Loki. And yeah, it's like he lets free the so they go to Pompeii, and they let free the goats, and he's like, be free my own friends. It's like, again, it's just that comedy there, and that was a good scene to show. It's a test, really, isn't it, of what's going on, and it proves Loki's theory right, really, there. And so then we're going into our future, so Alabama in 2050, and it's an apocalyptic hurricane. And first of all, it's like when you see this guy, you know full well that it's going to be Loki there, but you can imagine when they appear, he'll morph back into Loki and attack and blah blah blah. But this time, just grabs that woman. I can't remember her character's name, and possesses her. So instead of like taking on the form that Loki usually does, he it's why I can't bring my words out now. It's possessing that body, and it's not quite like in Avengers where he pretty much brainwashes them to do his will. He is actually possessing them, or Loki is possessing that character, which is quite cool really. It's a different kind of magic, so shows it's a different kind of Loki. And the interesting thing then is when it's is it Randy, I think it is, says don't call me Loki. It's like, oh, why is that? Are you actually Loki or aren't you Loki? And then the big reveal when this new Loki comes out and pulls the hood back, and it is female Loki. So we were anticipating female Loki coming in there because obviously in God and Thunder, the new Thor film, Natalie Portman will become Thor. So everyone was thinking, oh, we need female Loki. It's like, well, here we go. We have female Loki now. So this is very interesting. I want to know what how they're going to go down with this. And Loki then joins female Loki, or Lady Loki. So it'd be interesting to see, is her name actually Loki, or is it going to be a different name? I'm not familiar with it on the comics, so if it is a different name in the comics, then please pop it down in the comment section and let me know. So yeah, I'm interested now. It's like, it's not this massive action adventure like Falcon and the Winter Soldier was. This is all story based, and it's like, yeah, I know in Falcon and the Winter Soldier I commented on the slowness of that series, but it's because it is an action thing. But this one, it needs to be slow. It needs to have, you need to know all the lore and what's going on really, because like I said before, I think this is queuing up for the Multiverse of Madness, which is the new Doctor Strange film that's coming out later this year. So it needs to explain why is there a multiverse. If this has got this sacred timeline and they say there's no multiverse, there's absolutely no multiverse because they put a stop to it, this series needs to unleash that, and this episode is showing what's happening. It's gonna happen. You got these splinters going off at the end of this episode because they Lady Loki sent all these the reset devices to various different points in time. So it'd be interesting to see what she's destroyed, on what's left to go, and how it's going to go on now. So it looks like we are going to hop to different multiverses. So this is our first multiverse now, our first official multiverse here. So yeah, fantastic, really great episode. I do love it. I like the fact that it is on a Wednesday. We have now got information that Monsters in Work, I think the series is called, will also be out on a Wednesday, and that is out on the 7th of July, I believe, is the 7th or 9th of July. Let me just have a quick little check. 7th of July. So that is quite interesting because Loki will still be running then. I do believe there's 6 episodes of Loki. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4. That'll be on the 5th episode. So it's not even the finale. So we will be having 2 shows out on that day, which is okay. Yeah, really good, because obviously Bad Batch is still on the Fridays, and obviously you get all your content as well on the Fridays there. But that is it pretty much, guys, for my episode 2 review of Loki. Don't forget to check out the Marvel Cinematic Universe poll, which is in the description. Just pop it out. If the link doesn't work, it should work. I've tested it on my devices, but because I've written it, maybe it might not be the correct link, but just let me know in the comments if it doesn't work, and I'll see about getting another link put out for that. But people have been doing their votes on this, so it's at the moment it's quite interesting. For a while there was no Captain America lovers, but that's that's changed now. There's some people put down on there. So yeah, also don't forget to check out our Patreon. It's where we do lots of different rewards on there. We got our bi-monthly Disney podcasts, which are hilarious. I gotta admit, some of the things that we're coming out with, we couldn't write that stuff really, because it's just us having a chat about different reviews of all the different Disney cartoon films, which is quite funny, really there. And we've got a lot of early access. You can watch me recording the What's on Disney Plus every month as well, and just loads of more content that we are planning to bring out in the future. And also don't forget to check out our gaming channel, which is youtube.com/Skybot Gaming. We have lots of content on there. We have my Mass Effect Mondays every single Monday until I've finished the Legendary Edition, and Johnny's got his VR videos on Saturdays, and now and then we will have he'll have his Throwback Thursday videos where he goes and plays some PlayStation 2 games on there. I think he is coming up to the end of some of his now, so there might be a little bit of gap there. And we have been playing the Operation Tango as well, which was released on Tuesdays, and yeah, that's quite a fun one. We've only done 2 episodes of that, so we probably will try and record some more of that, because it was good fun. Just go check it out on there, guys. But I think that is it. So until next time, bye guys.